Welcome back everyone. Today I am continuing my quest to bring you models of all different coloring, so hair color, skin tone, eye color. I have the beautiful Rhiannon, who is a blue-eyed blonde, and this look is all about the honeyed and biscuity tones. It's a color palette that I love on blondes, but it can be adapted to suit anyone. Just a reminder that my giveaway is ending soon, so click the link here to enter, and I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. To begin, I applied a layer of satin finish medium coverage foundation all over the face. This one is by Armani, and Rhiannon is also a fan of Armani foundations because she is a legend with great taste. I feel like I should be on the Armani payroll, the way I rave on about these foundations, but really they are beautiful. I'm using a damp beauty blender to apply. Another fantastic investment, worth every penny. I am just bouncing that all over the face, no skill required whatsoever. I combed through Rhiannon's brows to get to know them, make friends with them, and then I went in with Makeup Forever Aqua Brow in shade 10, which is the perfect color for ashy blondes. This is a very pigmented liquid product, and it can be a bit tricky to wrap your head around the application. My advice would be to use very light strokes, use sparingly, and avoid using a brush that's very tapered or pointy, because that can result in a unnaturally defined sort of stuck-on brow. And here is a before and after shot, so you can see the difference. It's very natural. And this is entirely waterproof, so great for those who are living in humid climates. For the eyes, I did something a little bit different. I think that this is an interesting technique. I took a pump of liquid gold facial illuminator on the back of my hand, and I mixed it with pigments to create a cream eyeshadow of sorts. First, I mixed with a neutral gold pigment, and I blended that over the inner half of Rhiannon's eyelid. This facial illuminator has quite a strong set, so it provides that wet eyelid look without the creasing or the maintenance that's frequently associated with glossy lids. Another concoction was made, this time with a minky brown pigment, and that was laid over the outer half of Rhiannon's eyelid. Before the eyeshadow had time to set, I took a very fluffy crease brush and roughly blended the edges so that the transition was smooth and fluid. A soft caramel shade was blended roughly through the crease. Very slap and dash. It doesn't matter if you get a bit on the lid. I think that that just adds an interesting nuance to the existing sparkle. The bigger the brush, the better when doing really soft crease transitions like these. Returning to our minky brown concoction, I blended that shade over the lower lash line with a precise pencil brush. If you feel as though you've taken your eyeshadow too far down, don't worry, just take a Q-tip and a bit of Bioderma water or your favourite makeup remover and clean up that placement. For the lower waterline, I used a brown kohl pencil. This was done off camera because Rhiannon's eyes were getting a little bit irritated from the bright lights, which happens to me all the time, I can relate. I used a Q-tip to smudge the line and soften it. It's no secret that I love me some false lashes. These are Liz Martin's individual lashes, which come in clusters, so maximum impact, minimal effort, you gotta love that. I used about 5 short clusters in the middle of the lid and 3 medium clusters towards the outer corner. This just provides the outer eye with some lift. As the glue is drying, I like to hoist the lashes up with the back of the tweezers. This just helps them dry in place and avoids droopy lashes or downward facing lashes. Whenever I apply individual or strip lashes, I use Duo Dark Glue, which functions fantastically, but just a warning, it does smell like a public restroom. I went through maybe 5 tubes of this stuff thinking that I got a bad batch, but turns out it's meant to smell like that. Controversial opinion number 1. I prefer black mascara on everyone, even blondes. I actually enjoy the contrast. On the day I use black mascara on the top lashes only because that's what I felt like. A peach tone corrector was used to counteract any blue circles under the eyes. Controversial opinion number 2. The Laura Mercier corrector is far superior to the Bobbi Brown counterpart. I'm just putting it out there. I used a brush to apply the product and a ring finger to blend. My secret weapon and the love of my life, Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, applied lightly with a fluffy crease brush to set and illuminate the under eye area. Back to the complexion, I use this beautiful Guerlain bronzer in shade Nude. I'm not looking to make Rhiannon look sun-kissed or to deepen her skin tone, but I am looking to impart the skin with that beautiful biscuity warmth that I spoke about earlier. The placement is somewhere between a bronzer and a contour. I buff the product on the back of the cheekbones and a bit through the temples. In particular, this bronzer is quite light and the honeyed hues will only really show up on the fair or the very fair skinned. If you are darker skinned, then you can indulge in those true caramel shades. For the blush, I opted for a muted coral, which ties in really well with our warm theme. I wanted the blush to look quite tonal and subtle, so I removed most of the product on my wrist and then flicked it across the apples of the cheek and towards the cheekbone. Rhiannon has quite pink lips and I wanted a lipstick that would neutralize that pigmentation and blank out her lips somewhat to let the eyes steal the show. I ended up going for Edward Bess Forbidden Flower, which is a peachy nude. I always gravitate towards this lipstick when I'm not sure and it never fails me. I applied it first with a lip brush and then dabbed with a finger to give it a more casual feel. And that completes our tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed the look. If you did, then give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. What would you like to see next? I am always up for suggestions. Thank you to Rhiannon for coming in and blow us a kiss. Oh yeah. Thanks again for watching and I will see you in the next tutorial.